Welcome back to Guardians Reborn. This is video 1 of a short series going over all the mechanics that can happen during a turn. I have here the starting setup for Harken versus Harken. This is actually 2 decks that are included in the Lackey plugin, and this is going to be the first turn of each, so we can go through each step. So first thing we did was set 10 green tokens for our Power Stones that we see here in the corner. We got 10, 10, and since it's Harken up here, same thing, 10. We draw 12 cards using our handy button down here. And we do have a shield in this hand. We have 2 of them. And the opponent has shields as well. This is me playing against myself so I can see the other side. So, let's look at the turn steps. Let's organize our hand here real quick. Group some stuff together. We got a nice mix of stuff, so this will be good for us. Alright, so the first step is draw cards and ready all cards. We skip this in the first step because we draw our 12 for the starting hand, and there's no cards that need to be readied. Basically, it just means to untap them. Next, create a storage hand. Storage hand is any creatures that are on a stronghold without a shield, go back to your hand. Anything like this Stronghold Upgrade that is on the field goes back to your hand. And if you have any creatures that channel underneath a stronghold, which I don't have any right now, if you have any channeling creatures tucked under a stronghold, they go back in your hand as well. So, once again, all creatures with no shields go back to your hand. Stronghold upgrades go back to your hand. And creatures that were tucked under for channeling go back to your hand. And your creature pen, which we'll get to in a minute, goes back to your hand as well. So everything on the board, once again, goes back to your hand. Next up is place cards. So here's where you and your opponent simultaneously will play cards to the field. So in Lackey, if you hold Control and click, you'll turn a card face down. You can still see it though. So when we bring stuff to the field, we can put it face down and your opponent doesn't see it, just like in a real game. So we'll take this, let's see, 17 plus 5 is 22. And for fun, we'll throw this in here. So this is what, 23? One at a time. We will bring these out here and stack them. So this brings us to a Lackey thing. Preferences, miscellaneous, or appearance, my bad. Allow cards on the table to completely cover other cards. Yes. Save preference. So let's go ahead and just drag these back to our hand real quick to reset that. And now we should be able to stack our cards, which they do beautifully. Now that preference only takes effect if they're off the table. That's why I'd take them off and put them back on. If we tried to do that without taking them off the table, they may not stack again. And then we'll do 10, 16, 19, okay? And we'll go over here. Now, Stronghold Upgrade. We see the picture is on the left, the text is on the right. The way this gets played is that the text gets covered up when you play it to the Stronghold. So we actually have to move both of these out of the way, put the upgrade in place, and bring this back down like that. So the nice thing with the Lackey plugin is you can just mouse over it and see it. In a real game, if you didn't know what it was, you'd have to pull it out from under the Stronghold every time you wanted to look what it does. So this just says they stop flying to all of your Stronghold cards. Flying is still allowed from Stronghold spaces. No big deal. So that's place cards. We are done. Let's have your opponent place cards down as well. And you will not see their cards. We'll go ahead and bring out a Stronghold Upgrade on their side. And this one says sacrifice any number of cards from your storage hand for an equal amount of Power Stones at any time. Which we don't want to do, but it's always an option just to have it out on the board. Board presence and all that. So we'll do... Ooh, there's a bunch of big creatures over here. And let's see, we'll do... Actually, I don't want to do that. What is this? What did I put there? Alright. Alright, now, you both have said you're done playing all cards that you want. Next step, alternate placing shields. You can pick who goes first. It really, really doesn't matter. I don't know what the strategy is behind not wanting to place your shields first. We can just come here and we'll do this. And we're not going to play this because we can actually use it for the terrain since we don't have any in hand. But our opponent likes the idea of coming across the board, which is always intimidating. Alright, next step, discard down to 7 cards. Well, this is real easy to look at because it says Storage Depot 4, and we can count 4 cards. And we can look, Storage Depot is 5 for your opponent, so you know that they have 5 cards. Pretty easy. And the next is create your Creature Pen. Creature Pen is any card that is not a spell or a hand magic item. So our Shield Terrain card would go to the Creature Pen. And our opponent will move to the Creature Pen. And that is all there is. Actually, there's a misplay here. I apologize. Shield Terrain cards are single bordered, so they do go to the Creature Pen. I apologize, that does go that way. In Lackey, you can tell what goes to the Creature Pen and what doesn't. If you mouse over a card and you see this green text that says double click to see the other face, double bordered cards stay in your hand. If it does not say this, or in a real life game, if it's a single border back, it goes to the Creature Pen. Now, your Creature Pen, as you see, nobody can see what it is. You're not even allowed to look at it. In a real life game, the cards actually get tucked underneath your guardian. So that is the draw and organize phase. I will make another video doing the movement and combat and one for terrain settlement. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Thank you and have a good day.